राधे राधे। So your team name is Rama. What's your team name? So this side is Krishna. Can we have a round of applause for Krishna team over here? Yes, team Rama, are you guys ready? Yeah. Yes, the rules are very simple. You have white color cloth, right? Your cloth should cross this line. Okay? Your cloth should cross this line. Okay? Then your right? Okay. So are you guys ready? Yes. Wait, I guess on a counter of 5, I'll count. Then you have to start doing. Just please go back. It hurts. Go back. Go back. Okay. On a count of 5, okay? And it. Okay, counter of 5. Come on, everyone. Join with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want only the captain to be here. Only the captain, only the captain. All others outside. Live it, right? Yes. So your team has won, so how do you feel? So you have completed the task in less than how many seconds? Less than 5 seconds? Less than 5 seconds. How are you feeling? Only 1 more answer. Okay. Your team can go back and rest. We'll call you back. Now the third field has to go to me. Only 15 seconds. There are extra members working on the disqualified. Please do not hold it tightly down. They are going to start it. आराम से
नौ जन मध्य जोड़ी थे ए 3 जन
down, keep it down, keep the rope down.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ
Keep the rope, keep the rope, keep the rope, keep the rope. Keep Viman, leave it. Keep the rope. Okay, yes, One step back. One step back. I want two new teams to get ready for the next round. One team from this side and one team from this side. Yeah. Wow. Good. You're pulling. You're disqualified. Don't put the rope down. Okay, we are about to start. Are you guys ready? This side. Okay. This side, are you ready? Team Arjuna, are you ready? I give you 5 seconds. Okay, now you can go. पीछे जाना है क्या? Don't pull it. Just please watch. Just pull it, please. अरे alternate हो जाओ. शुरू करना है क्या? नहीं 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 बलराम और राजू जाना है. रुक जाओ भाई. Everyone, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5. 1, here we go. इसको देख कैसे आ रही है girls team 1, girls team 2. अरे क्या दिक्कत है? अरे यार अंदर पहुंच जाता है. Please don't take the rope.
पीछे का स्पेस रखना, बैक साइड और स्पेस रखना, पीछे इधर भी तो पीछे हो जाओ.
You will get more meal.
स्पेस थोड़ा स्पेस स्पेस ज़्यादा काय करणार
Team captain, only 15 members. You're not able to arrange that, you are disqualified. Just pull 4 members out, that's it. Pick any 4. No friendship over here. Yes, captain. Who's the captain this side? All of the students.
Ready?
We need cheer up for this side. Yes, can we have a round of applause this side? On the count of 5, you should start. Come on guys, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Please count the number of people over here. Please count the let me know. Captain, who is the captain? Chinmay. Okay, so Mr. Chinmay is the captain for the 6th team. Sorry. I'll give you only 30 seconds. Please arrange and come back. Only 30 seconds. Okay, what is your time? If someone is there, pull the last button out. We have another interesting activity. You can repeat it at home. Tell the person to drop. वो कहाँ गए बाकी वहाँ पर मैं जोता भी नहीं Are you ready? Come on, guys! Start! Count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Okay, so give us 2 minutes, we'll call the other 2 teams. Which team? Now, yes, your team can go back. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause? Yes. Okay, Team Panorama, come here. Team Panorama and Team Kripa. Volunteers, please come in. Right. Okay, get ready, we'll start in 15 seconds. Please get ready. Do not pull the rope,
वीडियो बना लो फोटो बना
दोनों. Okay, team ready? Are you ready? Where is the captain? Only 15 people. Right. 15 people ready? What are the
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
The distance is become important. That is the reason. अरे खींचो जिनकी लाइट ज्यादा वो इधर आ जाए पूरा उल्टा
वीडियो बना रहा है कर क्या रहा है देखेगा अरे एक और बार चला के चलते हैं फाइनल में पहले बचेंगे। अरे कोई नहीं मुझे तो ये
Only 50 members, quickly.
पीछे से जोड़
पीछे संभाल जीतना है।
Okay, please, head by the captains on the center stage. IIT Hyderabad, this is the final round of tug of war today. Arrange the captain. Okay, this team has 18 people, please 3 out, otherwise this team will be disqualified. Only captain, please remove 3 people. Arrange only 15 people. Happy? Only 15 people, quickly, only 15 people. Immediately pull them up. Only 15 people.
पहली बार 20-22 स्टेप की बार 18 हो गए।
What team is ready? Yes, captain of team Hanuman. So how do you feel? You came to the final round. Yeah. You're losing only this one word. Nice. Can you please do the other word other than nice? No. You are. If you were talking Hindi, you were talking Hindi. See, if you use the same one, you will be disqualified now. Because you will not use the same one.
बनना होने दियो मारू
Yes. So how are you feeling? It's gonna be difficult. Yeah. Everyone looks to be very slim over here. Yes, they did recently. That is the nice point for you guys. IIT Hyderabad, are you guys ready for the final round? Can you guys make some noise? Yes or no? This side, can you please make some noise? Do not pull the rope. Do not pull the rope, okay? Are you guys ready? Hold the rope. Please hold the rope. Do not pull. Okay, this side, Team Hanuman, are you guys ready? Yes. Team Krishna, are you ready? Ready. So it's going to be the final round between Team Krishna and Team Hanuman. On a countdown of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yes, Captain, hearty congratulations. Either my colleague will say only okay. Nice. Right. Yes, that's it. Okay. Can we have a big nice for this team? A big nice clap. ऐसे यहाँ रखनी है बोलो जय श्री राम 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 बोलो बराबर बटेगा Arranging the chairs. Couple of minutes. Krishna here, couple of minutes.
$10 million हो गया रे कंप्लीट 10 million पैसा है
Please move back. We'll call you. We'll arrange the chairs and we'll call you. Everyone, I request, please move back.
आगे चले जाओ इनसे नहीं आगे
इस पे बैठ जा डायरेक्ट
दो और लेके आओ। रख दो उधर से।
ଏଇଟା କ'ଣ ଦେଖ 36 ଜଣ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି
ଟାଇମ୍ ମଝିରେ ଦେଖିବା ଲାଇଟ୍ ମେସିନ୍ ହେଇଗଲା
ସିନେମା ରଖୁଛନ୍ତି
सेटिंग करो
प्रोजेक्ट बड़ा करो बड़ा होगा ना
ఏమండి రావాలా
All right, IIT Hyderabad, how are you? After two interesting activities, how is your energy now? Is it high or low? So today we are celebrating the pre-birthday bash of none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is he? Lord Krishna, right? Yes. So what do we say? Hare? Hare?
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Yes, so we have two sides. Yes, so this only this side. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
This side, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
This side seems to be a bit higher. Yes, this side, come on. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Everyone, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
One more time. Hare Krishna. Yes, so what is the first game which we played? First game. Yes. So who are the winners? Please stand up. Only stand. Who are the winners? Just stand up. Who has broken complete part? Just be loyal. We'll believe you. Just complete part. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So can we have a big round of applause for all of them? Yes. Tug of war. This was an interesting activity. Agree? Yes. So how many teams played total? 6? No? 8? Yes. So from that 8, only one team won. What is the team name which has won today? It is the birthday's boy name. Today's birthday. Whose birthday are we celebrating? Yes. So where is Team Krishna captain? Can you please stand up? Yes. So what is the only one word which he has been using today? Once again, what is the one word he is using today? So if I give him the mic now, he'll again say what? What will he say? Alright, so Team Krishna, everyone, can you please stand up? All the teammates of Krishna, can we have them a big round of applause? Yes, so please sit down. So Captain, nice? Nice? How are the arrangements? Nice? How are the two activities? Nice? Are you enjoying? Nice? So this person is very humble, you see, coming here and he is mentioning about girls team name. I did not forget. Yes, that is it. Okay, the one girls team, can you please stand up? Team Chamundeshwari. Yes, can you please stand up? Please stand up. I did not say actually, okay. Can we have a big round of applause? Yes, who is the captain? Yes, I think you are Mona Lisa, right? Yes, alright. So how are you feeling? Nice? Nice. Yes, one more should play. Nice. Yes, please sit down. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. You also for reminding me about your girls' team. So are you enjoying? So out of 5, what is the rating would you like to give? 5 out of 5? Nice out of 5? Alright, thank you so much. And I think we all have to appreciate all the volunteers who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes. Big round of applause for all the volunteers. Can you please raise your hand? All the volunteers. Wherever you are volunteers. Oh, you are a volunteer. Thank you so much. We have a volunteer from IIT Hyderabad also. Thank you so much. Yes, so how many people are studying engineering? Raise your hand. Engineering, hand. 2 hands, only 1 hand, guys. Don't use your engineering brains. Only 1 hand, please. Yes, okay. Who are studying above engineering? Above engineering, yes, MTech, ma'am. Thank you for reminding. MTech, how many people are MTech? Okay, thank you so much. Above MTech? PhD? Okay, above PhD? Yes, there is that 1 person, 1 or 2, we have couple of people, no? Okay, after MSc, direct principal, no? No? Alright. So, how would you rate your college out of 10? Out of 10? Everyone? Average? Wait, I'll ask. Yes, out of 10, what would you rate? 10 out of 10. Okay, next. 10. Okay, we'll ask Mr. Nice. Yes. अभी तो बोलो 10 नहीं तो 9. Don't tell me nice. Yes, out of 10, what would you rate? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Thank you. It all good. Okay, but that is not accepted. Only nice is accepted. Yes, this side 10 out of 10. Agree? Your college? Yes. So IIT Hyderabad rocks. IIT Hyderabad rocks. No. Nice. Yes, nice. IIT Hyderabad is so nice. Thank you. Yes, so we have an interesting video for all of you. Are you guys ready? Yes or no? Yes. I need your voice to be high. Yes or no? Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, so can we have the video?
how was the video? Yes, can we have a round of applause? Yes, so thank you. So how was the video, guys? Nice? I was expecting that answer. Right, okay. So what's next? Nice, always, that will be there. Nice will be there. Any expectations? What next? So we have some interesting thing which is happening now. The wait is finally over. To make this event a grand event, we have one special and most important chief guest for today's event. Yes, so we have one important chief guest for today's event. So I'm very excited and happy, and I'm privileged to read this person's intro. So I will read this person's intro, and then that person will enter on the stage. So his name is His Grace Satyagaur Chandra Prabhu. Prabhu has scored 99.97 percentile in IIT JEE. He completed his MTech from IIT Madras. And Prabhu was the only person who got a computer science seat in IIT Madras for MTech in those days. And Prabhu was also a gold medalist. He received a gold medal from the then governor of AP. Can we have a round of applause for this? Thank you. And he's also a famous speaker and preacher of Bhagavad Gita in Hindu Dharma channel. So this program name is Gita Nidhi, which usually gets telecast every week. And he's the president of Hare Krishna movement Hyderabad, which is also called as Hare Krishna Golden Temple, which is the first golden temple in Telangana. Can we have a round of applause for this? Thank you. And Prabhu is also the president of HKM Vijayawada. I'm so sorry. Hare Krishna movement Vijayawada. Yes. He's also the unit president of Akshay Patra Foundation of AP and Telangana, which is serving 1.5 lakh free meals every single day for all the government school children. And we are sitting in the world's largest kitchen, Akshay Patra. This is one of the world's largest kitchen. Yes. And Prabhu is also the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of HKM Charitable Foundation, which supplies free meals to government hospitals and also full meals to GHMC Annapurna counters. Yes. So shall we invite him? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can we have a big round of applause for this person? Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Yes, so I would request everyone to please stand up and give a great round of applause for none other than the president of Hare Krishna Golden Temple, His Grace Satyagaur Chandra Prabhu. Yes, you can take your seats. Thank you so much for that. Yes, so let's chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra once. Everyone know this, right? Yes, please join me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanathimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami. These celebrations are across both the states for 8 days and culminate on 7th September. So Sri Krishna Janmashtami has 3 key words: Sri Krishna, Janma and Ashtami. So Bhagavad Gita explains that Sri Krishna is Bhagavan. English, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you read Bhagavad Gita, there are very few characters conversing among themselves. You will see Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Sanjaya Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha. But when it comes to Krishna, he says Bhagavan Uvacha. Vyasadeva, who is the writer of this Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. So he thought that people should not consider Krishna and equate him with Arjuna and other characters. Very specially he says Bhagavan Vacha. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are many gods. Our Shastras revealed the names of many gods. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 3 crore gods are there. It's a fact. But there is one Supreme Personality of Godhead. And according to Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, it is Sri Krishna. So when Krishna appears, it is called Janma, and he appears on an Ashtami Tithi. It's a Sanskrit Panchanga language, Ashtama. So that's why it's called Janmashtami. Janma on an Ashtami day. Now Krishna's Janma is again explained by Bhagavad Gita. It says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vyatitattvataha. Krishna's Janma, his appearance, and karma, his activities, are termed as divyam. Divyam means transcendental. Now, that means the Lord's appearance does not depend on the rules and regulations of this world. That is why it is called transcendental. The Lord is not bound by the rules, regulations, or the laws of this world. He appears according to his wish, and then he performs his activities. So just to give you a little bit of understanding about how Krishna appeared, we will discuss a little bit about the appearance pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam both are in Sanskrit, but our spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, is the founder of this Hare Krishna movement. He has translated this directly into English. That's how we are able to understand these ancient mystical thought processes which were captured in our Shastras, our scriptures. These thoughts will give us an idea to reframe how we look at the world, and so that will open up many more interesting ideas in our life. So long ago, that means 5,000 years back, there was a king Kamsa. He has a sister by name Devaki. Now Devaki was married to one more prince by name Vasudeva. So Vasudeva and Devaki are just married couple, and Kamsa is driving the chariot and taking them to the Vasudeva's house. So as Kamsa is driving, suddenly there was it is called Asharira Vak. That means there is some sound from the sky. Apparently you cannot see the form, but there was a voice which is warning Kamsa that Astamo Garbha, the 8th pregnancy of Devaki, will be your death. It proclaims like that. So immediately Kamsa becomes alarmed. He was so fearful about his death that immediately he holds the hair of Devaki, takes the sword and is about to kill own sister, just married. So then Vasudeva, the husband, the newly married husband, his first challenge is how to save the wife. So he tells him about some philosophy and all that, and then Kamsa, doesn't care. And then he says, then Vasudeva says, okay, I am going to give you a promise. Whoever I beget as a child, I'll hand over to you. Now Vasudeva is known to keep his word, so Kamsa believes him, and then he says, yes, okay, I'll give you. And then he arrests both Vasudeva and Devaki and puts them behind the prison. And the first son is born. Vasudeva goes through emotional calculations. As a father, he is attached, but now he has to hand over the child. He goes through some dilemma, but he feels that no, I gave my word, I have to stick on to it, and then he hands over to Kamsa. Kamsa is very happy that Vasudeva has brought his child like that. And then initially he didn't do anything, but then anyway, later on he kills the child. Like that it goes on for till seventh pregnancy. Kamsa kills all of them. And of course the seventh one escapes. That's a different story. We will come to the eighth one, Astamo Garbha, that is Krishna's appearance. So the time has come for the Lord to come into this world, and it is Astami, midnight. It's called Shravana Mas, the same rainy season. And Vasudeva and Devaki are chained and they're inside the prison. And suddenly the Lord appears in front of them. And he appears as Lord Narayana with the Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. With a beautiful smile, he appears in front of the parents, the would-be parents. And then as soon as Vasudeva and Devaki saw the Supreme Lord, they immediately starts offering prayers. And in the end, Devaki requests, my Lord, I wanted you as my child. So, and then Narayana, he agrees, yes, I came to become your child. This is interesting. In our parampara, there is a process by which you can make God as your child. In many other paths, they all consider God as Almighty Father. But here you can make him as an Almighty Son. So that is Devaki's wish. So immediately Narayana becomes turns himself into a small child. And how is that child? Again, he is holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma with the Kirita, with the nicely grown hair, with all the abharanas and dazzling brightness coming from his body. And I know everybody is surprised by his appearance. Now this is called Divyam. We don't see any child appearing in this world with such opulence or such maturity. So that's why it is mentioned that the Lord is not bound by the rules and regulations of this world. And Devaki, after all, she is a mother. She says, my Lord, if you are in this form, Kamsa knows that Vishnu has appeared, so he will come to kill you. So please turn yourself into a small child, like an ordinary human child. Then and the Lord turns himself into an ordinary looking child, and that is Krishna. The bluish, blackish Shyamasundara, he appears. And then immediately he orders Vasudeva that transfer me to Vrindavan. There in Mathura, so he says, take me to Gokul. So Vasudeva takes the child in a basket. By the influence of Lord's Yoga Maya, all the security guards, everybody, they feel sleepy and they fall asleep. The doors open mystically. And Vasudeva takes the child and then he comes out. And it was a rainy season, so it was raining heavily. And so to ensure that the Lord doesn't get wet by this rain, it is said that Lord Ananta appears and covers the Vasudeva and the Krishna by acting like an umbrella. Vasudeva approaches Yamuna very fierce, but then as soon as the Lord came close to the river, it opens up. Vasudeva just walks as if he is walking on a normal land, and then he reaches Gokul. There he enters the house of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. Yashoda just then gave birth to one female child. So what Vasudeva does is, he keeps Krishna and he takes the female child and comes back. Yashoda is thinking, my child, she is still in a medical condition where she could not recognize the child properly. So she thought Krishna is my child, and then Vasudeva brings that female child to the prison. As soon as he enters the prison, immediately the child starts crying. Kamsa comes to know, yes, my death has come, and then he immediately rushes to the prison to kill the child. Devaki says, brother, she is a female child, and you are not going to be killed by a female child, so you spare this girl. But Kamsa is very crooked. He says, no, I cannot believe Vishnu. He has innumerable tricks are there under his this thing, so I cannot believe him, so I'm going to kill this child. And so he takes the child, both the legs together he takes, and he tries to dash her against a big boulder, a big rock there. And it is said that the child, just before hitting the rock, slips out of Kamsa's hand, and she rises into the sky, and then she appears as Durga with 10 hands, and then she warns Kamsa that such a cruel person you are, your death is already there. Very soon you are going to face your death, and then she disappears. So in this world, Durga appeared as Krishna's sister. So then, of course, the story continues, and so this is the divine appearance of Krishna. It looks like a mythological, unbelievable appearance, but that's the position of the supreme personality of Godhead. He decides when he has to come, he decides the occasion, he decides the time, he decides the date, he decides his parents, and then he appears, the way we have just now heard. So that is, so this appearance is when the Lord descends from his abode and comes into our plane of existence. So that is called technically avatara. Avatara means the incarnation of the Lord. That means from his plane of existence, he descends into our plane of existence. So Krishna's avatara happened on the Ashtami day, so that's why it is known as Sri Krishna Janmashtami. So now, what is the definition of God? Our Shastras are very technically analyzed. How can you call someone as God, and how can you recognize such a personality? So that's why if you see Bhagavad Gita, it calls Krishna as Bhagavan. Now what does this Bhagavan means? Bhaga means opulences. And there is one sage in our parampara by name Parashara Muni. He is a father of Vyasadeva. He says God should have 6 opulences in full. If somebody exhibits such opulences, you can accept him as a god. Okay, what are those 6 opulences? Prabhupada explains, opulences makes a person attractive. Now this is the definition for attractiveness. So Shastras are analyzing how a personality becomes attractive. So a personality becomes attractive by 6 opulences. Now the first one is beauty. If someone is beautiful, either a male or a female, a hero or a heroine, they become very popular. Beauty attracts people. And imagine if a beautiful heroine or a hero walks in now, mostly nobody will bother to look at me or something like that. Immediately we'll all rush to take his, whatever autograph or whatever. I'm just saying. So that's called attractiveness, opulence. So God must be very attractive. Imagine the one who created all attractiveness in this world, how he must be. So that is Krishna. There is one literature called Brahma Samhita. It says, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. It compares him with Kandarpa Koti. Kandarpa means the god of love. He is supposed to be the most beautiful personality within this universe. And Krishna is called Kandarpa Koti. You have to multiply Kandarpa's beauty into Koti, 1 crore. Then that is Krishna's beautiful attraction. That's why he is known as Shyama Sundara. He is blackish, but simultaneously highly attractive. Actually, we are saying blackish, but actually his color is called Shyama. There is no equivalent term in our language. Sanskrit is full of variegated words by which you can describe, but whereas the English or languages may not support such descriptions. So that is first. And then the second attractiveness is knowledge. Somebody who has a lot of knowledge, is excelling in his education, he becomes attractive. For example, IIT as a brand, they're very attractive. Right? People have to work hard to come here, not ordinary. And recently when Chandrayaan 3 was placed into landed on the moon, Washington Post has mentioned one interesting thing. Look at India and the talent that India has. ISRO doesn't have any IITs or IIMs because India has given them away for development of the world. And who placed Chandrayaan 3 on the moon? The people who come from other second tier or third tier colleges. Now look at the talent that India has. That's it actually shows indirectly it is glorifying the IIT brand. Imagine if IITs were there, what would have happened? That's what he was trying to hint. So this is education. Sometimes a person with education may not be beautiful, but then he has his own attractiveness because of his qualification of this education. And that if somebody becomes a good ranker in the class, is excelling, automatically he attracts the attention. This is education. Now imagine Krishna. What is Krishna's knowledge? For example, this Bhagavad Gita, which last 5,000 years the humankind is trying to understand and read, is explained by Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is the words spoken by the Lord. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad means Bhagavan, Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gita. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. It's actually conversation, but the conversation is happening in a language called Sanskrit. Sanskrit, there is one Chandasu called Anustup. If somebody is talking in that language, it looks so nice. It appears like Gita, like a song. So although they are conversing with each other, the language is so beautiful, it is appearing like Gita, so that's why it's called Bhagavad Gita. Now why did Krishna tell this Bhagavad Gita? The context is very, very interesting. Arjuna and Pandavas are one side on the Kurukshetra battle. Kauravas are on the other side. It's a massive, battle. And during the battle, Arjuna chariot was driven by Krishna. Imagine Krishna is a supreme personality, but he becomes a driver for his, devotees' chariot. In our life, if you see, the driver is always driving and the master is behind. You never see swapping their roles. Master driving and the driver sits behind. But in God, you will see such quality. So when Krishna takes the chariot to in the middle, because Arjuna requests, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratam Stapayame Achyuta. He requests Krishna, my Lord, you stop the chariot in between. So when Krishna takes the chariot, Arjuna sees in front of him his grandfather, his teacher, and all those relatives. Suddenly it dawns on him, my God, such a battle, and then we are supposed to kill each other. And at the end of this battle, none of these relatives and all my well-wishers are not going to be there. And then he becomes emotional. Now look at Arjuna's situation. He is a very, very, very experienced warrior, a military commander, a leading military commander of that age. Highly experienced, many battles he fought, he saw blood, he saw enemies dying. And then he knows all kinds of technology, weapons, everything. In fact, he gets one very special weapon from even Lord Shiva. Pashupata Astra, it is called. Those days, these weapons are run by mantras, by the power of sound, rather than gross fuel, fossil fuels. Of course, as of now, there is a lot of research going on the power of sound. Japanese and many people are doing it. I'll quickly mention one experiment that they are doing. They took the water and then tried to analyze its crystalline structure, at a deeper level, atomic level. They saw a certain pattern. Then they have sounded Om like that, on the same water, they sounded. And then they saw the pattern. They could see there is a rearrangement of the pattern becoming more systematic. Something like that. So they are trying to now understand what is the power of sound. So that was known those days. All those weapons are simple arrows, but empowered with the power of sound. So then Arjuna, such a big leading commander, he has faced a challenge in his life. And that challenge is so overwhelming. Such a big hero, he says, he sits down on the chariot and the Gandiva which is there in his hand, he just leaves it and he says, Krishna, I cannot fight. Krishna says, what do you mean? Everybody is ready. And then, there is a battle announced. And in the last minute, Arjuna is saying, no, I cannot fight. So this is a very, very big challenge Arjuna faced in his life. Can you believe such a big hero? It must be so overwhelming that he could not take that emotion. So then from there on, for the next 30 to 40 minutes, the conversation happens, which is called Bhagavad Gita. And Arjuna reframes whatever he is thinking in his mind. He sees the situation, same situation, nothing has changed. Same people are standing, same battle, everything is same, but he gains his confidence and then he fights to victory. Now, what is this Bhagavad Gita? That is the knowledge that Krishna gave. In 2-3 sentences, I'll just summarize what is this Bhagavad Gita. So, in our technology, in technological universities, IIT and many other colleges, senior engineering disciplines and many various other technological disciplines, we are trying to understand the forces in this world and utilize those forces for the welfare of the society. We are exploring and identifying various new elements and the forces that are there in this nature. We are trying to tame them and utilize for our welfare. For example, wind, a lot of forces, let us say, how to convert that into electrical energy. We are able to tame that energy. Electricity itself is a power, a force that is there, which we are able to utilize it. Now, similarly, this, this mobile technology, this, G5, whatever, all those things, Wi-Fi, all those technologies, they're all existing. But we're able to explore these forces and utilize for our benefit. But there are some forces inside of us. There is an internal forces inside of us. And imagine if we can understand those forces also and tame them for our advantage, how nice it will be. What has made Arjuna so weak is not the external force which is there standing in front of him. He already faced so many of them. In fact, he is confident. So he has skills, he has technology, he has that, power, personal power to win. But actually what made him weak is the internal emotions overtaken him. So that's why Krishna gave the technology. How we can tame these forces within so that we can take advantage of all those things. For example, I'll just tell you one force that we all have experienced. That force is called anger. Anger, we all have an experience. It's a force. And when that force comes, so destructive it is. Our relationships can go sour. It takes long time to build relations with our friends or with anybody. And then in one instance, all that can be nullified because this force called anger is not being tamed. So Bhagavad Gita is talking about the process by which anger comes. It explains the process. First step, second step. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate sanga sangayate kama kamat krodho bijayate. How anger comes. There's a process. In this world, everything is a process. Please remember that. Emotions are a process. As part of the process, emotion could be the final result of a process. So Krishna is giving such hints. What a wonderful opportunity for us to really understand what's going on inside and tame those forces for our own advantage. Emotional intelligence, all those things we are able to say, but then to develop that, we need to understand this knowledge. So that knowledge Krishna gave, and Prabhupada ji, he has translated that into English. And let me tell you, in the last, from 60s to then, that means in the last 40, 50 years, Hare Krishna movement has distributed more than 50 crore copies of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. 50 crore. So, irrespective of religion, irrespective of caste, irrespective of the place, the color of the body, and this and that, people are taking advantage of this technology. Like IIT doesn't bother about our caste or our place and this and that. Whoever is interested and talented, that's all. Same thing. Bhagavad Gita is also a technology, and that has been distributed. So Krishna, he has shown that knowledge. Then third, what is the third attractive thing? That is strength, personal strength. And so As a personality, if you see Krishna, he has personally lifted a big mountain called Govardhan, and that's why he is known as Govardhana Giridhari. Now, this actually goes really beyond our logical calculation. How can a personality lift such a big mountain? One small example I'll give you. I am very confident that in this place, somewhere there will be some ant. Right? Ant is there. Ant, according to some research, it can only perceive 2 dimensions. It cannot perceive third dimension. Now, human beings, we have third dimension. We can perceive 2. So now, if you tell an ant that, see, look, there is somebody called a human being, and if it blows air a little bit like that, it will be a tufan for you, a hurricane for you. Or if ant is told, see, if that human being takes his little sweat from his body and he throws like that, it will be a tsunami for you. Actually, that relativity we can experience. It's not relative. There are personalities much more powerful than us who exist in more higher dimensions. There is a possibility. Even in our life, we see some people are very talented, much beyond what we can really conceive. In each and every area, we can be very talented. Everybody is blessed like that. So if you can see such relativity on a universal scale, we cannot rule out the possibility of such personalities. And Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and by his activities, he has shown what is his, so to say, the personal strength. So he's attractive. And then the 4th quality of attractiveness is wealth. If somebody has a lot of money, like Forbes analyzes the billionaires of this world and keeps posting, I think every quarter or I don't know, every month. Nowadays they have to do quite quickly because these positions are changing very fast. And so billionaires, say that Reliance, that Ambani family, somebody comes, immediately he becomes very attractive. Or, like that. Or, the Elon Musk, he comes, immediately we would like to ask him this question, okay, how did you reach here? Right? So like that, wealth attracts the attention of the people. He may not be, so to say, very handsome. Sometimes they may not be even educated also. I have seen very big, rich people, they would have studied 5th or 6th standard. I have seen many cases like that. So that's a different ball game. How to earn money is a different ball game. So that is wealth. Wealth makes a person attractive. And finally, there is one more appearance of the Lord that is called renunciation. He can renounce also. Although everything is there, still he can just renounce and then leave it. It's actually not easy for us to renounce, particularly if you create something, we get so much attached to our creation. But the Lord is not like that. He can just renounce. So this is the definition of Bhagavan. From his pastimes, if somebody can analyze and see how he has exhibited these 6 appearances, you can easily see that yes, he is Bhagavan. Okay, in Bhagavad Gita also, before I just conclude, Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, when Krishna is explaining all this, Arjuna wants to really test whether Krishna is God, Krishna is Bhagavan. Actually, he is setting a criteria. So Krishna says, Arjuna, your consciousness is pervaded in your body, but my consciousness is pervaded in this entire universe. Arjuna becomes surprised. Actually, we all have a consciousness. Consciousness means awareness. Let us say, if we have a prick somewhere here, we come to know. On the feet, you are walking, some sharp stone is there. Immediately, there is a prick and you will come to know. That's called awareness. Bhagavad Gita gives an interesting explanation. This awareness is indestructible. it doesn't destroy. That death cannot take away this consciousness, it says. So Bhagavad Gita introduces the concept called soul. The soul has consciousness and soul never dies. What dies is the body, and the soul carries on and accepts one more body and continues to explore this world and then the world of desires. This is called the soul. Anyway, again, I will not touch that this thing. So, when Krishna says, I am God, yes, I am pervaded in this whole universe, so then Arjuna says, okay, my Lord, can you show me that form by which you are pervaded in this entire universe? That's when the 11th chapter there is a concept called universal form. Krishna exhibits his universal form by which he is pervaded in this entire universe. The description is there in the 11th chapter. So, if somebody says, I am God, the first question that we have to say is, okay, can you show your universal form? Can you show your opulences? Can you lift Govardhan? Unless and until somebody does such unusual and transcendental act. For example, Lord Ramachandra, he has tamed the ocean and then he has constructed a bridge. Everybody thought it's some mythology, some story. But when NASA found a bridge, actual bridge is there between both the countries, they were shocked. Even now you can see stones floating in the water. Localized suspension of gravitation. The stones started floating, and then there was, all the soldiers could march on to Sri Lanka. So God must be powerful like that. An ordinary human being who is also struggling like us, he and his activities or his knowledge has no meaning. The God must be free from all the defects of human being. That is called God. So that's the definition given, that is Bhagavan. And we can cross over the challenges in our life if we take the principles of Bhagavad Gita, understand the forces, and then you will come to know how to tame them for your own advantage. If, let us say, we fail in one exam or our marks are less than what I am expecting, no need to become depressed. Let us say someone else is progressing in the class and I am feeling envious. How to control that envy? And then let us say I am getting angry too quickly, how I can handle myself. See, these things unfortunately are not part of our curriculum in our entire, whatever the 20-25 years of our education. Because I know, and same must be the case with all of you, it is not part of our curriculum. So these things we need to pick up. And finally, before I conclude, Chanakya Pandit says one interesting thing. He says, let us say there is a piece of gold in a sewage canal, in a gutter. What will you do? He says, we should go and pick it up. Gold is gold. It may be in a sewage canal or whatever it is. The surroundings may be very dirty, but gold is gold. So similarly, we should be open to various thoughts, particularly the ancient thoughts which survived millions and millions of years. 5,000 years ago, Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Interesting thoughts, particularly how to handle our inner forces. Isn't it interesting? At least 50 crore people in the world, for them it is very interesting. They are reading from all faiths and all kinds of people. And then Bhagavad Gita is a contribution of our country. India's contribution to the world is this ancient thought process, which is surviving and then which is helping crores of people. So that's why we should look at the knowledge and see whether whether it is truth or not. You experiment and see how it is working in your life. And if you feel that yes, something is there, something is working for me, I'm able to manage myself, why not? Then why don't we, take it up? So this is the idea of Bhagavad Gita. Actually, in our sampradaya, nowhere it is mentioned that you have to accept God or the knowledge that He has given in Bhagavad Gita blindly. No. In fact, one of our acharyas says, you should use your logic and reasoning power and analyze everything that is given to you in Bhagavad Gita or in Srimad Bhagavatam or any of the literatures. See, they encourage. No blind faith, no fanaticism, please.